Hey, this literally always happens, man. Something emerges within the content creation space. It's the new shiny toy. Everyone flocks to it. Everyone's amazed and dazed by it. Everyone wants to do it, no matter the industry. And then people end up throwing away. And there's either a shift or a downfall. And it seems like that's what's happening right now. But let's see that shift is gonna allow Twitch to keep on soaring, or if it's gonna flipping plummet to the flipping abyss. Let's get into it. Let's see what I go on. Man, like Omeezy in the building.
It's gonna be a good summer, all right? Right after tour, going to Argue My Ball. I'm leaning towards doing it on YouTube, but I ain't completely ruled out Twitch yet.
When I don't have to think about stream and I could just film, bro, it's like depending on where I'm at and what it is, it's so freeing. Like time zones, I don't have to be like, oh wait, I gotta wait till 12 p.m. so that this time zone works with this. Is there a connection? I gotta walk around with a Sterling. You could just film. We went to the city, we just filmed. It was vibey, bro.
We're taking away your 70-30 soon if you don't meet these requirements. I've been streaming on this site for almost 7 years, helping it out so much. Obviously they made me, right? Whatever. But now you're gonna take more percent of my Twitch revenue. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the Twitch is doing, but they are the absolute worst at giving revenue to creators.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but whether it be through clip or tweet, I've been seeing more and more streamers talk bad about Twitch/streaming these past couple of weeks. Whether it be the monetization issues, discoverability issues, the creativity issues, and hell, the platform issues, it seems as though there has been a concerted effort for content creators to transition from streaming and making their content over to, you know, just traditionally setting up a video camera and making a YouTube video. And boy, oh boy, does Cleopatra Omar feel vindicated. This is the stuff that I was talking about last year. Streaming was in a troublesome place, and not based off of what these gurus are saying, but it's becoming less and less of a viable option as a way for and not based off of what these gurus are saying, but it's becoming less and less of a viable option.
Bro, his hair was gone. His hair was gone.
Viable option as a way for content creators to get their
Turkey trip at the flipping young tender age of flipping 21, 22, however Platboy Max is, however old he is crazy to me, bro. Your corners are already gone.
Entertainment in their form of content out, and I've got to explain why and what's to happen next. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Explain why and what's to happen next.
You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I was about to compare her to a certain character in that one, but I ain't even, because Emily's a nice girl. You get what I'm trying to say? I ain't even trying to violate, man. I mean, obviously, you know, the extra Emily, that's an act. She's obviously performing the persona, all of that, but I ain't even gonna do it, man. I ain't even gonna do it. I would have taken that too far. Never mind.
Next. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way for the channel. I want us to get so big one day that all of us are collectively gathering around our televisions and our phones to watch an Omeezy video and matching sweaters. Now, back into the video. Twitch has honestly had a quick descension in my eyes. Just a couple years ago, hell, even last year, people were running to get their hands on some sort of device that would help them go live and stream. Whether it be a backpack, whether it be a desktop, whether it be a Samsung phone, people wanted skin in the game. Platforms like Twitch and Kick created the idea that streaming could become a full-time job, and it was easy. Anybody could just fire up a desktop, create some content, and people would watch. So Best Buys and Micro Centers were filled with people getting their hands on some sort of desktop. That's why you can't get any computer part in 2026 without basically paying for the equivalent of a used car or making a deal with Tony Soprano. But now the investment seems to not be paying off, and even creators like Dub, DDG's brother, say that they are running back to YouTube. First of all, we have to start with the money aspect. Just last month, Twitch put out some sort of documentation stating that the legacy creators who are under a 70-30 split have been moved down to what they now call a plus program. For those of you who didn't know, coming into Twitch, you would be on some sort of 50-50 split, and then once you worked your way up to certain thresholds, you would then go into a 70/30% split. And then bigger creators have some sort of sweetheart deals. You know, Kai Cenat has a different sort of split than somebody else with like 2,000 subscribers. But ultimately, this was a decent pay threshold. But now what this is saying is that they have taken away 70-30 splits from a bunch of different creators, taking them down to 50-50, effectively kneecapping their earning potential. And people are pissed off about it.
So, oh shoot, 50-50. Now, I already said this already and that, bro. Every single industry always suffers from whatever the top creators are trying to do. Because whatever the top creators trying to do in whatever industry, it trickles down and everyone tries to emulate it, but not everyone has the resources or the personality or whatever to do what the person at the top is. But because of, you can say, the Kai Cenat effects and all of that, everyone's now trying to do what Kai Cenat is doing. Meaning that now streaming isn't just a case of just going, sitting down, turn on a camera and just talking shit for flipping 9 hours. Now it's big, extravagant, this and this, meaning more money is being spent. So when it's a 70-30 now, it's kind of justifiable and that, bro. I get back most of the money that I actually put in type of thing. Now you're telling me it's going to go down to 50-50 in a time where streaming isn't just sitting down and looking at a camera anymore. You're buying this and spending 10K and 20K and there, and however many streamers are talking about, even the somewhat successful ones are talking about they don't even get a return on the streams that they do. Now you're telling me Twitch is talking about 50-50. Of course it's going to hurt these guys, bro. What the hell? That is crazy to me, man, because the money being spent each stream is just becoming more and more and more and more. And then you want to take away more of the money as well. Come on now, man.
50, effectively kneecapping their earning potential, and people are pissed off about it.
So this is what I find to be very funny here is that Twitch apparently is going out and taking away people's sub contracts, right? So they're going away. They retain 70% split on subs. It's unclear whether it's in perpetuity. So Twitch is finding its new way to make money, and its new way to make money is by effectively just taking more money away from the streamers. That's it.
You want to hear something up? I lost my 70-30 split on Twitch. Yeah, I woke up to an email. Twitch took away my 70-30 original esports contract that I had. I don't know why. I have no idea. The 70-30 that I've had since streaming on this platform. I love streaming on a platform for 10 years, 12 hours every single day for them to just take something away that I've had since I've been partner. Annoying. I actually hate this website and I hate Dan Glancy's stupid, ugly creep.
Now for anybody
Well, you guys gotta know that this is gonna happen though, man. Like, come on, you guys knew it was going this way and to this place and that, bro. Because Twitch hasn't really done anything innovative in a long time, bro. It's like the flipping, like when you're at the top of the game and there's no one actually challenging you, bro, you get comfortable, man. And you kind of can just relax a little bit because the gap between you and the person in second is so far away that Twitch don't really have to do anything to be innovative and that, bro, and actually find innovative ways to make money. They can just keep effing you guys over time and time again. Unfortunately, you get what I'm trying to say? And Twitch has always had its problems anyway. It's just gotten to a point now where they just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it, and they just keep adding to the pressure and adding to the pressure. And now people are kind of at a breaking point now, man. You get me? And then you want to touch people's money, bro. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. But like I said, there's no other platform that's near Twitch, so they can do
they
this.
can't do any calculator math out there. Let's just say you made $2,000 on Twitch for that month. The difference between splits is $1,400 with the 70-30 and $1,000 with the 50-50. Now, if this was just a one-off pissing off of creators, this would be a different situation. But we have also seen a decline in ad revenue across Twitch as a whole.
My Twitch dashboard for the first time yesterday, my advertising revenue is down 95%. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you because I don't give a shit. I'm fucking transparent. Let me.
What the flip? 95?
My Twitch dashboard for the first time yesterday, my advertising revenue is down 90. My Twitch dashboard for the first time yesterday, my advertising revenue is down 95%. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you because I don't give a shit. I'm fucking transparent. Let me show you guys something. I average.
This has got to be bigger than Twitch. You can't just be a Twitch.
About $100 to $200 a day in ad revenue, right? 5 days a week, you're talking about $600-700 a week. You're talking about $2,800 a month. You know, $3,000 a month. I make about $8,000 a month on average, and sometimes $9,000, right? So it's about 40% of my, sometimes 50% of my income. I'm averaging $15 fucking dollars in ad revenue. I'm disabling ads. I can't disable all of them. Nobody can. They automatically run. But I'm just going to stop fucking anything I have because I don't know what's going on.
With lower revenue per ad, this is having creators run more ads, which is turning Twitch into the platform that everybody hates because it's basically just another branding ground. Every time you click on somebody's stream, you get hit with 8 unskippable ads, and then you can only watch about 1.5 minutes of content before you're hit with another 6 unskippable ads. It's actually unwatchable how many ads are on Twitch nowadays. Now, Twitch has heard
Oh yeah, obviously I try to support whichever creators I can and that, bro. But that Twitch Turbo is a must, bro. You get me? I don't watch Twitch as much as I used to, but still though, that Twitch Turbo is a must. I can't lie. Before you even sub to anyone, bro, go actually think of yourself and put yourself first. No
these
kissing.
complaints and figured out ways to circumvent this. So they've come up with a solution to help everybody. They've made a new sponsorship program that basically says, hey, if you play this game and your community gifts you 5 subs, then we'll also pay you in gifted subs. But you have to be playing this specific game. We've cut a deal already. We see right through that nonsense. Now, I understand the concept that if a business is going under or there's some sorts of financial challenges, people have to be creative, of course, with the finances. That makes a total bunch of sense. But in a way that impacts streamers directly, which the business model is based on, and then ultimately affects audiences, which the streamer's business model is based on, it just doesn't make any sort of sense. Now, I think revenue is a big issue. Of course, the dollars have to make sense for somebody to be doing it, or they would be doing something else. But the next couple of problems are so massive that they can't go without being spoken on. Now, because you have these revenue issues that content creators are becoming cognizant of course, they're gonna try to find a way to beat the system. And this is where we're introducing the problem with botting.
This is a big deal. Like if viewbotting gets allowed on this platform, like every current metric, like River, all the big data stuff, it all goes off public information. All of that becomes garbage if it's just flooded with fake numbers all the time. So it becomes impossible to track. Like for anything, everything loses value when you can't. There's no. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous if that actually does not, if nothing gets done about it. Yeah, it could kill the platform for advertising. It could kill the platform completely if advertisers pull out. I'm gonna bring up something here though, because you know I was just saying there, I was like, I'm frustrated Dan isn't saying anything. I'm mad at him for not addressing it. But then that led me to think, what if he can't say anything about it? Because what if Twitch can't do anything about it? What if Twitch doesn't have effective tools for identifying and stopping view bots?
The CEO of Night Media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I feel like it's a new well, it's not like nothing new or whatever, because we've seen viewbotting, but like I said, it's the effect of the modern day and that, bro. Like once again, in any industry, as long as you can pump what do you call it, fake numbers and inflate the numbers and that, bro, to kind of kid people and also potentially increase your money in different ways, people are obviously going to take that, man. And these guys have to, it's like with games and that, with COD and all of these different games that are falling and that, bro, because there's so many hackers on them. And these game companies can't do anything or not doing enough basically to try and limit that, then the game kind of just dies in that, bro, because it just becomes unfun. And I guess the same thing's going over here and that, man. But yeah, I feel like Twitch's kind of like priorities aren't really in the right places. So I feel like this is just going to continue.
Effective tools for identifying and stopping view bots.
The CEO of Night Media, one of social media's biggest marketing agencies / do-it-all agencies, came out and wrote an article specifically about viewbotting. If you haven't already, I suggest that you read it. It's a very short article, but some of the highlights are that bots are finding ways to be undetected. Twitch doesn't enforce because more views look better for advertisers. Also claims he did his own botting research and found that $180 a week can get you a 750 concurrent viewers. He also found that there's no issue in botting if you are a top 500 streamer, and then closes it out by saying if you're not botting, you're actually at a disadvantage. People don't realize how big of a deal this is. What? This is basically the equivalent of the biggest music executive or the biggest media executive on the movie and film side came out and said, yeah, guys, everybody's botting, everybody's faking numbers. If you're not doing it, you're actually losing. Now, he does put out some sort of clarification saying that the top content creators don't do this because they don't need to, because they've built a real audience, but it's less about that and more about the precedent being set and basically the understanding that all of this is fake. All these platforms are built off of boosted and inflated numbers, fake viewers. At least on YouTube, I can say that my audience is real. I know everybody here is unemployed and they're watching this right now with one.
Wait, stop. Don't speak for me, bro. don't speak for me, blood. Shout out to my unemployed, but yeah, man. I was unemployed for a good 2 years and that, you get me? But for the past 3 or almost 3, I've been employed, thankfully, and that, you get what I'm trying to say? And that. We're working out here, man. You know what I mean? We engage in employed and unemployed activity and that. We're versatile with it. You get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, this is the effect of the mainstream, man. You get me? Like, streaming was such an authentic thing, and that rhythm was just kind of like available to a certain corner of the internet, and then it goes boom and it blows up and it's good, but at the same time, these are also all the effects that also can take a toll.
One hand down their pants and the other hand on their popcorn with the phone propped up on their stomach. But that means that I have a real viewership, a real audience, a real fan base, not one that's artificially inflated by bots or clippers that are made to people look good, bad, or fake famous. It's gotten so bad that even the platforms themselves, whether it be Twitch or Kick, have acknowledged the fact that they can't get rid of this. It's something that's just here to stay.
Is Kick still banning 100 streamers a week from abusing KPP? So I think a while back we just mentioned that.
So we actually we've thus far removed, I'd say probably about 1,500 people from KPP for botting and abusing it. You know, the reality is, on the back of those bans, we did see like a big drop off in people like trying to abuse the system. So, you know, we're going to continue that initiative. We are still removing probably about 10 to 20 people a week. Again, we're mainly focusing on the serial abusers. I think, you know, we talk about this very openly, right? You know, I think that's the great thing about Kick Talk. We're very transparent. We're very open. You know, we know that in live streaming, there is a lot of view botting. That's the reality. If we banned every single person who view botted from the KPP program, the reality is there wouldn't be many people left. That's the reality. It's the harsh reality. It's not just a problem isolated to Kick. It's a problem with all social media.
At the end of the day, if your foundation is built off of bots, then you're not creating a real world, genuine audience. And that's
basically, but more of, I don't know if that's a quick Kick CEO or whatever, but I feel like that's more of what Twitch need, man. Transparency. Especially in the streamer world. Now, we obviously know these guys be inflating the personalities and have different personas and all of that, but at the same time, there's a certain level of authenticity within it as well. Like, we're in these guys' bedrooms and houses at the end of the day, man. You get what I'm trying to say? Literally. So I feel like the way Twitch operate is kind of like a music industry where everything's behind the scenes and you don't really know what's going on, or even if the creators get banned, they don't know why they're getting banned. Like, I feel like there's a certain level of transparency that is most definitely needed, man, especially when the CEOs out here reacting with the streamers and they're like, let us know what's going on, man. You get me? Like, what's actually being done about these bots and and it will actually restore some of the faith, and these streamers will actually give you some grace in that, bro. But when you're banning people and don't give a reason, and there's big issues that you're not dealing with, and you're trying to do these 50-50 splits from 70-30s, and the ad revenue is completely, and there's no like communication in that, bro, they're just gonna get more and more frustrated, man. I feel like to some degree you need that level of transparency, man. Not obviously not 100%. Nothing is ever going to be 100% transparent, but some sort of, you know what I mean, relationship, man, between you and the streamer, you and the viewers.
Is built off of bots, then you're not creating a real world, genuine audience. And that's what content creation has been all about. It's about making some sort of real life audience that really truly enjoys you, wants to see you, follow you, grow with you, and then you can become a real creator, which is, in my belief, the biggest problem with Twitch. It's basically sucked the soul out of being a content creator.
And I feel like this reset is very healthy for me, bro. I feel like it's very, 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 very healthy for me. And I really got to see the side of the internet that God wanted to show me, which is like, I wanted to pick up with those who was going through shit, and I also wanted to be vulnerable, but I showed y'all that. I got clowned for it, so now I'm about to get in the lab. Yeah. And prove everybody wrong. And it's like, I'm gonna just keep shutting the fuck up and keep putting out good shit. Yeah. You know, I could go experience and live stream shit, and I'm like, yo, I know I could get all the people in the room, and then we could just like, I don't fucking know, nigga, like do shit like this. Like with me doing clothes, there was parts of my life that I really wanted to show publicly. Yeah. Because people just didn't know.
And people need to know.
And they need to know.
Because they never seen it.
They need to know because then they'll understand why I'm moving the way I'm moving. Yeah. Not that I have to explain it to them, no, but it's like,
you don't owe them anything.
Yeah. But it's like, this is why I am the way I am.
Now, I predict that more streamers are gonna come out and say,
Whoa. Now, at the end of the day, I don't care about all of these different content creators and celebrities enough to take offense to what he just said. But saying that you don't owe them anything, there's a certain group that you don't owe anything because they're just talking to talk. But there is also another group that you definitely owe it to them because they brought you to this place and that, bro. Whether it's me, where it's the biggest content creator, music actor, that like at the end of the day, these are the people that are going out and propping you up and spending their money and spending their time to invest back in you. So they definitely do matter, but there is also a big portion that doesn't matter because they're just there for the BS. You get me? But at the end of the day, you do have your core.
Not that I have to explain it to them, no, but it's like,
you don't owe them anything.
Yeah. But it's like, this is why I am the way I am.
Now, I predict that more streamers are gonna come out and say these different things, but I feel as though this is arguably the biggest problem with streaming, is that it moves too fast. It doesn't allow for anybody to breathe. It cultivates the worst type of audience because we're such reactionary people, get the takes off, go fast. We're at the mercy of a clipping system that is awful, and honestly, it's coming to a point that it's not enjoyable anymore. Kaizenat is referencing the fact that he tried to show a side of himself that, you know, is true to who he is, but ultimately realizing in real time that the audience that he has built that is going to consume his content isn't really for him. They're not there to see his growth. They're not there to see, you know, this new man that he's becoming, but they're just there to see the next dance. They're there to see.
Not all of them though. Not a big percentage, yeah, because obviously the negative is always gonna kind of like be the bigger talking point and being the thing that's most heard and seen. But
The next crash out, they're there to see the next crazy thing that happens, stunt, whatever the case may be. But that's the entire streaming culture. It's all go, go, go. You can't even sit down and take some sort of smoke break.
YouTube or Twitch? I honestly would have no clue.
Be honest.
But at the same time though, Kai is also responsible for that culture as well, bro. He's a big part of that, a very big part of that. And it's unfortunate because Kai is who he is and he should be able to express himself the way he expresses himself. But because he expresses himself the way he expresses himself, and he's also one of the biggest, everyone's going to try to emulate what he does, bro. So he's also a cause in that. And notice how everyone's saying Kai changed. And as human beings, we're multifaceted, bro. We're different people in different places. Are you different? The way you are with your friends, you're not the same way with your mom. The way you are with your mom, you're not the same way with your wife or your girlfriend. Like, we have multiple parts in that, bro. So I don't know why people just didn't allow Kai to kind of like enter this new stage or this new person that he's becoming or whatever, or whether he was always there, but now he's just showing it to people. Because he went on stream literally just yesterday night, bro. I was up all night watching AMP and the boys do an AMP boys night, and he was the exact same person that is on stream. But who he is on stream is gonna sometimes be different to who he is outside of the stream, and all that. You get me? We're multifaceted people, man. But this is what I'm saying. People just don't allow people to grow and kind of maneuver how they need to maneuver, and they want to put you in this one little box type of thing and that, bro. But Kai's doing what he's doing. People are saying he's changed, but then you go watch him in this AMP boys last night, bro. The exact same person, you know what I mean?
YouTube or Twitch? I honestly would have no clue.
People are scared of what they don't know.
If you were doing YouTube the same as you were doing Twitch right now, I think it would be a different conversation. But I think because you're starting again, I think if it was even at the same playing field, I low-key think YouTube might be better.
Yeah, because, nigga, it's times where, bro, I stepped outside to smoke some weed, nigga. And while I'm smoking my weed, bro, I'm reading my chat. Where's DG? Where's DG at? Where's DG go? DG, oh, he must be fucking something. DG. I'm like, damn, bro, I can't even enjoy my weed. I gotta hurry up, put it out, and hurry up and get on the screen. I'm like,
or you could just enjoy your weed and put the phone away. Or that. Like, you guys be making your whole life built around the internet, bro. Sometimes just put it aside.
fuck. I do this shit on YouTube. I go enjoy my blunt. I can't have no breaks.
Me personally, working on the back end for some content creators, I can also say that there is a lack of thought when it comes to streaming because everything has to be quick, fast, on the go. We can't even really dissect anything. That's part of the reason why you're seeing so many streamers do these most outrageous things, is because they're thinking in this moment that exists now, not the moment that'll exist in the next. And I think that deep level of thought and creativity is missing from content creation because everybody feels like they have to keep up with what's going on. I recently sat down with FD.
And also, sorry, I know I keep pausing, but I forgot what that girl name was. Wait a minute. Yeah, her right here. I was watching, I think it was one of Omizi's video where she was talking about she basically makes no money from streaming. She barely breaks even, all of that type of stuff. And I feel like we're in the era of outsourcing now, bro. Like, you guys remember, think of all your favorite content creators and YouTubers and OG YouTubers and Twitch streamers or Justin TV. Like, think of them, bro. They used to do everything themselves, bro. There was an era where everything that was put on your channel was directly from that creator. The art of that has completely gone. It's not completely gone, but it's scarce now. Everyone just starts off and want to outsource. Like, people aren't learning the game and learning the steps and messing up and then learning from that mistake and all of that, bro. Now everyone just wants to act like the flipping successful guy that's at the top when they're at the bottom. It doesn't make any sense. That whole like growth process, bro, and learning the game and different aspects to the YouTube game and editing and flipping voice recording and, you know, and all of that type, bro, it's to some degree it's non-existent anymore, man, and it's scary, bro. Because that's what made these creators so special in that, bro, is that everything about their channels was authentically them. But now they're outsourcing to this guy and to this guy and to this guy and to this guy. It's like the art of content creation is being lost, man, bit by
creation, because everybody feels like they have to keep up with what's going on. I recently sat down with FD Signifier, who sits on the video essayist side of content, somebody who does very, very long, well thought out and in-depth pieces of 2-hour material. And I asked him about his thought process as to why he got into streaming and if he even enjoys the content. I do want to know, how do you feel as streaming compares to video essays as a means to get out your message? Are you enjoying it, or?
I'm not enjoying it overall.
I figured you wouldn't be.
It's just not, like, my back starts hurting after 2 hours. It's just keeping it real. Like, literally, once we get to like 90 minutes in, you start seeing a whole lot of this on my streams. Maybe I don't have the right chair.
I don't think there is a right chair. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think you just gotta have the right age and not have back problems. It's too much stuff happening. I don't know how to manage like weird people in the chat every once in a while. I don't like the nature of reacting, because if it's one thing that made me not like streaming, it's the times I've watched people react to my videos and like completely misunderstand shit, and like next thing you know, I'm in their comment section like, you didn't watch.
Hi, you get what I'm trying to say?
The whole section.
Now, mind you, said that about me.
No, I didn't. You didn't. No. Oh, no. You did have an old video. I was like, this.
I was about to say, don't
you did have. I was talking about the recent one with Tyler Perry. I think you gave a very fair analysis overall. There wasn't anything that alarmed me about that. But there was an old video you watched. I cannot remember it. Well, I was like, this nigga didn't understand anything I was trying to say. And it's probably because like the nature of streaming, like you don't know I could design my videos for streaming consumption. I've thought about that. But like when you pause the button to talk as a streamer, have you really digested what's being said or done? 7 times out of 10, no.
It's a box to check. It's a box to check.
Exactly. And I prefer that than like people that just watch my videos on stream. Like I also have seen streams where people don't say shit. Every once in a while, like, wow.
He's right.
I can't believe he said that.
He's right. Yeah.
It's like, I hate them too. So I at least give y'all the credit of doing some analysis. So like as a medium, it's not my favorite medium, but I have to put respect on it.
Don't let me also talk about the financial costs when it comes to
Yo, bruv, I'm in the yapper category, man. I accept it. I'm in the yapper category. I like my yappers. Shout out Agent 000. Well, Agent, he has a balance, to be honest. But Agent 000 can be a yapper. Shout out Flight Reacts even when he's in his own deluded world and that, man. I like when he yaps. Cash Nasty, Your Rage, I'm Dante and that, man. Like, you get, bro, I enjoy my yappers, man, and I'm one of them. You get me?
It's not my favorite medium, but I have to put respect on it.
Don't let me also talk about the financial costs when it comes to streaming. When you factor in the fact that you're not building a real audience, these people don't understand you, you can't be as creative as you want to, you can't be as well thought out as you want to.
No, but you can though, bro. These people are just chasing the numbers. That's why you think that you can't, but you can. Yeah, you might have to sacrifice some money or sacrifice some viewers or whatever, bro. But that's the price of it. If you want to be really authentic and creative, you have the choice to do that. But people just want to chase the money and it's cool, but then just don't complain though. You know what I'm saying? Do that, but just don't complain in my ear, bro.
Understand you. You can't be as creative as you want to. You can't be as well thought out as you want to. You can't take a smoke break if you want to. And it's also costing more as we go on. I don't see how this is a sustainable means of making content for people. Right now, the streaming balloon is airing out fast. Holes are popping up every single day, and we've only got so many hands to cover it. The sad part about it is the things that streaming doesn't offer, it seems that making these sorts of static videos on YouTube do. Now, my prediction remains that people will still continue to stream. Trust me, it's a fast way to print out a bunch of money, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, it's good. But for their more in-depth and thought out pieces of content, whether it be something that needs to be put onto a video or even for thought out streams, I think they're gonna turn to YouTube as a platform. I think that's why you see Drewski's Could Have Been Love be put on YouTube as opposed to being streamed to Twitch. I think that's why Kai Cenat is going through this journey in video format as opposed to streaming it, just because it's more real, authentic, and you get a real audience behind you. So no, I don't think that streaming will end. I just think that it's going to change. And I think that it's going to change for the better. I've been waiting for it.
Yeah, man. Shout out Omizi, man. Like I said, Omizi's one of them guys and that, brother. He always brings some thought-provoking content and that, bro. Gets the 2 of my flipping brain cells that I have remaining. He makes them tick and that, you get me? So shout out to him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Your boy and Jazz. I'm gone in a bit, people.